Whether you're counting calories or just trying to be prepared for your week, meal prepping these baked frittata sliders is a game changer. Hi, I'm Tara the Foodie, and I take the mystery out of cooking for you. These little cuties are easy to make, toasty, fluffy, and delicious, and they make breakfast time a grab-and-go situation. Now let's get cooking. I mean, who doesn't love breakfast? This is such an easy recipe, and it's all just mix and bake. You don't even have to cook at all. This is something that you can make for yourself or a house full of hungry kids. And it's protein packed, and as you know, it is so important for us to get our protein in every day, and it makes this a satiating breakfast. Not only delicious, but it'll keep you full for hours. The first thing that we're going to start with is, of course, eggs. In this recipe, you are going to add a whole dozen of eggs. You want to get yourself a big bowl because we're going to have a lot of ingredients that, again, you just throw in this bowl, mix them all up, and dump it into a glass dish. It's going to be so easy, so awesome, perfect for meal prepping breakfast for your whole week. I'm doing it. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to press my luck anymore. All right, let's see how much shell we can get into this big bowl of eggs. He has some fun with me when I mess up in these videos, and I get to see it after he's done editing them. But I am so proud of his editing skills that he has literally just developed over the past couple of months, and I'm so happy. And I hope that you are enjoying Juicy Joe's editing skills because they are cracking me up. So I don't know what he's gonna do in this segment here, but if you get shell in your bowl, that's the trick right there. People have probably told you that before. Just take a part of the shell and fish out that little piece of shell. It's like a magnet. I don't know why that works, but it does. We only got one piece of shell in there. That was impressive. I'm proud of myself. Did you ever just get the urge to just be like, oh yeah. Once you've cracked all 12 eggs into your big bowl, just grab a whisk or a fork and whisk them up. I always like to break all of the yolks first and then go ahead and whisk them up. You can also take it in your hands and just go. You're like a human hand mixer. It's a little bit of an arm workout too. Of course, you can add whatever you want to your frittata mixture. What I'm gonna add is about a heaping cup of chopped spinach. So I'm gonna add that to the bowl. I'm also gonna add 1 small red bell pepper diced up. And of course, these days, aren't we adding cottage cheese to everything? Yes, we are. This really is going to punch up the protein content in this frittata, and it's gonna make it creamier and help it hold together better. I'm gonna add a cup of full fat, 4% fat cottage cheese.
That's a lot of full fat, 4%,
full fat, full fat. Fatty fat cottage cheese. Because it tastes better, and you know, it's like 4 calories more or something. Like, people need to settle down. I suggest that you add some kind of meat because it's just gonna taste better. I have chosen these fully cooked chicken breakfast sausages. So this is 1 pack, and it's like a heaping cup as well. So I'm gonna add that to the bowl. And now it's time to season the mixture. So I'm gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. It's gotta be smoked. 3/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt, or your favorite sea salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. And now fold it all in.
What does that mean?
And you wanna mix it thoroughly because you've got seasonings in there, and you want those seasonings to really permeate throughout this mixture. Permeate, babe. It's the word of the day. Permeate. So you can feel by adding all of that stuff in this mixture, it's nice and thick.
So take a sip of beer after you.
Yeah, so after you've mixed all of your ingredients up and you're thinking, this is way too easy, I need something to do. Grab a beer or your favorite beverage and just take a break and think about maybe subscribing to this channel. Clicking the like button down below. The like button means so much. You would never, you just don't know. It means so much. And if you're really feeling generous, leave a comment down below. Say hi. Just simply say hi or tell me what's your favorite part of this video or what do you want me to cook next? I love suggestions. Cheers. My idea for this recipe is that I want to make little breakfast sliders, but I want that frittata portion to be thick. I want it to be thick, you know? This is a breakfast sandwich that I want you to be able to eat and actually feel full, or, you know, close. We're going ahead with the 9x13 glass dish. We definitely want to lube it up with some olive oil. I'm using my favorite sprayer. I will link it here now. I love this thing so much. It's cheap, but I love it. So click here now if you want to grab one of your own. And you want to make sure that you are spraying it up the sides everywhere, because the idea here is to pull out, lift it up, the whole entire frittata when it's done in one piece. That's going to be the money shot, and I am truly hoping that it actually works. So to try and make this a success for me, I am using this as, I don't know, like my cheat code. These are strips of parchment paper. So take some parchment paper and cut them into thick strips. And you want them to be long enough to lay one down into your dish and press it down into that oil so that it stays put. But you want enough that is also going to hang over the sides, because these are going to be the little handles that we grab onto to pull this sucker out when it's out of the oven and cooled. Grab another one and you're going to go this way. Look at that. They don't want to listen to me, babe.
Flip it upside down.
Oh, you're probably right. If I only had a brain. Now, give it a little bit more of a spray, because you want to make sure, again, that this stays in place when we pour in our mixture. Now, go ahead and grab your big bowl of your egg mixture, and you're going to pour the whole thing into your glass baking dish. And just kind of make sure that it's nice and evenly distributed within your baking dish. And now the only thing left to do is pop this in a 350-degree oven for around 35 to 45 minutes, or until these eggs are set. All right, so our frittata is out of the oven and it has been resting for a few minutes, so the poofiness has gone down. And now all that's left to do is just leave it the hell alone for about 10 minutes, and then it'll be time to assemble these baked frittata sliders. So while we're waiting for the frittata to cool down and solidify, it's time to get our buns ready. Pick out your favorite slider buns. I chose these buns at our local grocery store. And then keep in mind how big the frittata is going to be. I chose the 9x13 baking dish, so that's about the size I'm working with. It's like a little puzzle. I'm going to take some of my little puzzle pieces and set them aside. Grab yourself a bread knife. I'm just going to do my best to cut these in half. I'm going to do that with the rest of the buns and arrange them on a sheet pan so that they're ready to receive the frittata. After you've allowed the frittata to cool off a bit and we're ready to try to assemble, there's a little bit of finagling that needs to happen. You want to have like a little paring knife and kind of pull on that a little bit, release it from the dish all the way around with a knife. I also made sure that I grabbed a spatula and kind of did the same, but also you want to kind of get under there a little bit. So now I'm bringing in the big guns, my husband, Juicy Joe, to make sure that we do not fail at this mission.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, folks.
Okay, so
One take.
we get one take. We've got our buns, the bottoms, all lined up in the formation. This should work, but I don't know if it will. And
It will.
Whatever.
It will.
Okay, so is that too hot to hold?
No, we're good.
So that it starts to, okay, are we ready?
Oh, yeah.
We're getting it. Okay, pull back.
I'm pulling.
Pull back. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, then pull the parchment off. We're going to just gracefully pull that parchment out. And I feel like that worked perfectly. Okay? I mean, that was it. That was it. So the next step is to okay. So the next step is to top this with your favorite cheese. Place the slices of cheese on top so that it covers it completely. That's for me. Now you want to grab your bun tops and continue putting your puzzle together. Top there, top there. Whoa. Beautiful. So I've got here some melted butter and just some minced garlic, and this is salted butter. And I'm just going to brush the garlic butter on top. Give it some extra pizzazz and flavor. And then just pop this back into the oven just long enough to melt the cheese and give a little toast on the top of these buns. All right, let's get our sliders out of this oven. Look at these babies. So the last thing that you want to do when you pull these lovelies out of the oven, I mean, they're like toasty. Yeah, we got some toastiness happening. You just want to kind of cut them apart. And I can hear the toastiness. See, I'm going to kind of go whoop, whoop. And then this here. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at this stack of goodness. Just imagine, you put a little effort into this, and again, you saw how easy it was. You have grab-and-go breakfast for the whole week. But now, it is my favorite time of every episode, time to taste, and I am very excited to taste this buttery, garlicky, cheesy, fluffy egg sandwich right now because that's what it smells like. Looks so good. I love the layering. Yeah, I'm excited. Cheers. It is soft. It's got so much flavor. You get hit with like the garlic powder, the onion powder. I can taste the vegetables right away. You taste the chicken sausage or whatever you choose to put in yours. But the softness, the comforting feeling of eating this, the cheesiness, and then this bread tastes really good. These are little brioche slider buns. I highly suggest finding these. So step aside White Castle or whatever fast food place that you go to get your little breakfast sandwich. These are adorable. I mean, do you see these? They're adorable. And again, these are so easy to make. You're set up for the whole week for breakfast. They're delicious, they're protein packed, and you can eat them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I really think that you should make these today. I'm Tara the Foodie, taking the mystery out of cooking for you once again, and I will see you next time.